Press and record. Right, welcome to the podcast. It's Craig Todd. Found him on Instagram last year. I found you on Instagram, should I say, on last year. Tell us how you got into Instagram.
How I got into Instagram? Kind of by chance and kind of because of my wife. I'd always been on Facebook for business, just advertising. I think it was like, when the C word happened.
Yeah.
But 2020, when that happened, my wife was, well, you should just set up like a TikTok at the time.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm not doing anything like that. It was maybe a year and a half ago now I started it. 2 years this June. I've been going with Instagram. Just totally different from what I had been doing on Facebook, like, professional type advertising, if you like. And I just started to enjoy making the content on that, like. So I just kept on going with it.
Sorry, I had a call then. Can't believe it. I'm just gonna have to stop this 1 second.
Yeah, I know about that, man.
1 sec.
But
I got all that first bit anyway. So
damned.
you got into the Instagram and everything for your message because of your misses. That was just trying, like, what is that for? Grow your business or to pull more work in?
Pull more work in, yeah. Basically, I just like it. So you always know that's a free source of advertising. It's free to advertise on there. So that's what I thought. I thought, like, well, just do the videos. You've already got like an awareness on Google and stuff like that, where your reviews and then I thought, like, should probably onto something like if you're just record what you're doing. You're in the video doing what you can see you do, and the reviews are backing it up. No, because you can get a lot of fake reviews and that now, can't you?
Yeah.
You can go out, buy, I don't know, you get messages all the time, people on Google, like, do you want 500 quid or whatever to buy 10 reviews? So you can get fake ones, and I think a lot of people probably twig onto that. So that was the main reason for starting.
Well, inadvertently, I've watched your some of your stuff on YouTube, and I follow your stuff on Instagram. I don't follow your stuff on TikTok because I don't hardly ever use it. I upload every now and then to TikTok just to, because it's more of a younger viewing, just to try and get my age range for my channel, more people, a different, wider variety for the audience. But when I was, it was a month ago, and I seen you put a post on. So, like, inadvertently, you've gone looking for work and stuff, or posting out to pull more work in. But then I seen a post on your sobriety.
Yeah.
And I've been sober, well, say sober, sobriety. I haven't touched any alcohol now for 8 months. And that
Well
really
done, mate.
that really hit home to me, because as soon as I seen that post, I was like, right, so there's other people out there who are on Instagram, the socials and stuff like that, and they're not doing the socials for promoting this kind of thing, but you put a post on and it's like, then I can connect with you. Then I was like, all right, there's another guy out here who's doing the same thing I'm doing, and he's quit the drink. And I just want to get into why you quit drinking. Like, what was your thing? So tell us how long you've been quitting.
Just over 7 years now. And I quit because when we decided to have a child, we decided to have the little boy, I used to drink just not, well, it was bad. I used to drink 8-pint cans every night, more on the weekend, maybe more through the week. It did
So
affect.
constant binge drink all the time.
Constant. Soon as you're getting in, just drinking, like, go to my wife's parents' house, drink, and just it's bad crack. I just didn't want to. Like, we decided that we should try for a child, and then when he came, that like it just hit when he came. Like, I was still drinking, like throughout the 9 months. Like maybe subconsciously in the back of my mind, I was like, I can't be that, or I don't want to be the person that I imagined I might be, if that makes sense. Like dad just coming home, just exactly what I've just said, just coming home from work, going straight to the fridge for a beer instead of going to see the little boy and my wife.
How did that start? How did you start? Like, how did it get to 8 pints a night? 8 pint cans. Like, where did your drinking start?
It started. It might put people off setting up business now. Like, but it started when I set up on my own.
How old were you?
19. So it's
19.
pretty much straight out. Well, what 16, 17, 18, 19, straight out of college, maybe. It was hard. It was hard when it was like 2008 recession. When I finished my time, I got
How
paid
old are
off
you
straight
now?
up.
Sorry. How old are you?
35.
35, right. So you're similar to me. I'm 36. I'm just a year older than you. So we literally went through everything at the same time.
So what? How did you find it then coming out your time?
Well, I started bricklaying when I was 15. And
Right.
I was coming to work doing my bricklaying while I was still doing my GCSEs. So my boss used to take me back in for me GCSEs, just sit my exam, and he'd pick me straight back up after and go straight back to work. But my drinking started through me coming of age and growing up in a household where drinking was the drinking culture. Like, if people wanted to enjoy themselves or people did anything, it was always the pub, or we're going out, everyone's getting drunk. That was the kind of thing that, like, my parents were always, the weekends, I felt like it was always down the pub.
Yeah.
And then when I came of age, when I was 15, 16, I thought I was a man. So I was like, right, I'm going to do what the lads are doing, what the men are doing. And I went out and I got straight in the pub. 16, I was in the pub with the rest of the lads Friday nights. You remember what it used to be like. Tradesmen were always in the pub. You had all the scaffolders, the brickies, the joiners. Everybody was in there, the ground workers. You're all playing cards, you're all smoking, you're all drinking. And that's like, you're staying in the pub till closing and you work stuff.
Yeah.
Was that a similar kind of thing for you?
Not really, like the tradesman part. I do my time. It was like a small builder, and there was the two brickies and the labourer. They just went around doing house extensions and that. So they didn't really do.
I did.
But I did all of that, like, when you were 16 and stuff. Even at school, like, it's embarrassing to say it now, like, but you used to go out clubbing when you were like in year 10 of school, like year 11.
Oh, I don't think I had the stubble in year 11.
No, like, we used to shave ours, like, we used to shave. We used to shave it, and borrowed a Ben Sherman. It was a lemon colour Ben Sherman off the lads that we knocked around with at the time, their older brothers. And we went out, and maybe it stemmed from that. I'll just turn this computer off because sorry, mate.
Right.
Really, brightness off the screen's absolutely blinding us. Like, so maybe it stemmed from that, but it never stemmed from, like, the people at work. I grew up with me just with my mum and two brothers. They drank, well, my mum drank, but not excessively at all. Like, probably very rarely. So that had nothing to do with it. I don't know where it came from, really.
But see, I had a best mate as I was growing up, and we used to drink when we were 14, 15, just on the streets, weekends. You'd stay out camping, you get a liter of vodka, or you get like 8 cans or whatever you get, and you down all that, and then your head pissed up as a teenager. You move into the pub, and then my best mate, he was a machine driver, ground worker, only 18, and our thing was like, as soon as you finish work, even in the week, get down the pub, and he was the same forever. Like I can't remember him not drinking. Like every night after work, we used to work away together, and I had a culture where I went from being 17, I left home and moved in with a girlfriend. That probably steadied the ship a little bit. But then when things ever got rocky, I always turned to drink, and like think that drinking and going out and doing all that kind of stuff, that was the escape. And I only come to the realization 8 months ago that any trouble or any like problems I've had in my life were alcohol based. Like I look back and I thought, how can I keep making these same mistakes? I mean, I've been with my partner now 7 years. We've got two little kids together. But I've got a child from a previous relationship that was based on a one night stand up in our local town that I ended up with a kid from alcohol. That like even that itself is all from the drunken nights and stuff like that. And me now, like I said last year, packed it in because even though I've stopped doing the going out and all that, if I go out with the lads and stuff and I have a couple of drinks, I'm out all night. Like the drink takes over. I don't want to go home. There's no stopping. There's no like, I'll have 2 pints and go home. It's drink till you're drunk. And then you don't remember half the night and you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's
I really relate with that. Like, I couldn't just have one.
no, there was never no point to have one.
Yeah. Even like, we have, like I might finish work or something. I'd go down to the beach. I'd sit at the bar and I'd have one. I'd go and pick her up after having three.
Yeah, every time.
Probably shouldn't say that since I was driving, but pick her up, stop at a shop on the way back, and just have more. It's just covering. I don't know what was covering. It's just, but all the problems do come from that. Like, I found anyway. Like
the arguments, any arguments you have at home, a lot of arguments. My arguments stem from alcohol. When I had my daughter, my first child with this partner, I decided that I was a big smoker as well. Not big smoker, but I was smoking tobacco, rolling tobacco. That was my thing. Smoked since I was 12. Never, never thought, oh, I'm going to give this up, going to give this up. The very night that my missus went into labor, I was like, that is it. They are gone. This child will not see me smoking. That's done with. And then 2 years later, I mean, the fag's completely gone. But then I was like, when I joined up a golf club with my mates, started golfing because I packed football in. I used to play football religiously every week, play Sunday football. And along with the Sunday football, that was another thing from when I was 19. I started playing in a men's team with older men, lads who were in the late 30s, early 40s. And that was exactly the same. The drinking culture was there in the football team non-stop all the time. Midweek, after training, pints. Sundays, after football, pints. Saturdays, football dues, everything. You're always out all the time. Someone's birthday, it's one of the lads' birthdays, one of the lads' birthdays. So you never break the cycle that you're in. And then, like I say, last year, I was playing golf with the lads. I'd stopped hanging around with a lot of the lads, stopped knocking about because, I've got kids to look after and all that kind of stuff. You can't keep going out. The football was over, so we started playing golf, and then slowly it was creeping in. Golf, midweek, 3 or 4 pints after golf, driving home.
Yeah.
What are you doing? feeling groggy just 3 or 4 pints in, like for the next day, like God, because I'd stopped doing it, stopped the football, and then it was gradually creeping back in. And Friday nights, go golf, play in the summer, playing golf after work, 5, 6, 7 pints in. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, where does this stop? Where does it stop? Like I gradually getting sucked back into the same shit with the same people, even though I really like the people who I'm mates with. When you take a stand back and you look in and you think, this isn't what it's about. This isn't life. This isn't how it should be. And you're taking time away from the things you really want. Like you want to bring your kids up and you want to be around you. You want your weekends to raise your children, do the right things, but you end up giving your time to people that, you just want to play golf and drink and do this. And basically you may as well be a single man. So that's for me where I was like, right, that is it. I'm cutting this off completely. This is done. So 8 months ago, the drink went. And then very recently, I just reevaluated what I actually want to do in my life. I was like, right, I've cut out a lot of people as well in my life just to focus on family, work, family, and in it, bringing my kids up the right way and having good influence around them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, sometimes you gotta get rid of certain people, haven't you? Shit. Sorry, mate. Just moving this closer, like I'm a bit uncomfortable. You can edit this part out if you want, like.
It's all right.
I cut certain people off. I think when they don't align with what you really want. I never really had that problem. I've never really had mates. Since like mates you would have at school and that, they all disappeared as soon as we all started working.
Oh yeah, I've got zero from school. I've got zero friends from school. None, not one.
Yeah. Like, I just like cut people off that are a bad influence.
I've had to cut off a couple of groups of mates now because of years ago. It wasn't just drinking; it's the drugs that went with it. For me, personally, and I find that a lot of people in the trade, it's probably different for guys like yourself who are in small companies. But when you're on the bigger sites, I mean, you've always done private, have you? Have you done much site?
Done pretty much everything is private. Went on site for 3 years or something. Because I'd never built a house before. And I wanted to do it. And at the time it was like Jacob had just been born and I wanted that steady income, if you like.
Yeah.
Even though it's not steady on a price, is it? But
it's far from steady. You won't see my last 3 weeks' wages.
With this rain, I did. Yeah. But that's the only site work I've done, and it was quite a small site as well. Really, there was only about four squads on there, and I just kept away from them, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they all want to drink all the time, and you could tell that probably one of them was on something that he shouldn't be.
Listen, I've worked with enough lads, and I know there's lads sniffing at work. There's lads who, openly are sniffing at work. They're sniffing in the canteen. They're sniffing up, like they're doing all sorts. You know what I mean? I was never one of them guys who was sniffing on site or doing drugs on site. I was never one of them guys. But the drinking, like early days, the drinking was through the week, working away. I've worked down London. I've worked at where you live. I've worked all over the country, working away on the piss all the time. And it's just one of those things that you seem to never get rid of. But like I say, I've seen you post on Instagram and it hit home with me. And I was like, there's people out there who want better things for themselves. And a lot of people can't see that when you're not drinking, your life is so much better. Like everything that you do doesn't revolve around having a drink as well as. Do you agree with that?
100%. Like the point of putting that post out every year. Well, I'm saying every year. I've done it last year. I've done it this year. I would like to keep doing it every year because it helps people. Like the amount of people that reach out after reading that post. There's even one guy, man. He must have searched on Google to find my phone number, text us, just like how much it helps them. And I forget where I was going with that. What was the original thing that?
I was just listening to you saying that this guy, people have reached out to you. Like the post helps so many people, and people reach out to you.
It's I forget what I was saying now, but I'm just gonna go with that. Like it helps so many people just by sharing it. I kind of get back to why I started saying that.
Yeah, I can't finish the ending because I know the start, but I don't know where you were going with it yourself.
I always do this, you know. I'll start and I'll like you start somewhere and then I'll take a little detour that I think something's important, and I'll totally just go off track from the original question all the time, Mike.
Well, I don't know if there was a question.
No, I just want you.
Yeah. Anyway, I seen the post and I was like, yeah, I like that. I like this guy. I can see what you're about. So that for me pulled me in even more. So when your stuff comes up, or watch your stuff, have a little look, see how you're going on. Like I can see you've been up on that big extension up. What's the place called?
Oh, and
You've just done the footings and stuff, haven't you?
a recent one, Northumberland.
Yeah.
Call it the Wilderness Project.
That's it, the Wilderness Project. And as I've been going through your stuff, I've seen that you've got a lot of affiliations with big companies. Now, did you get all these affiliations through Instagram?
Yeah.
From what I remember, you've got like CT1, Unilight, Bricky's Buddy, Scruffs, Evolution. Obviously these all contacted you?
Yeah, they all reach out. Not like massive, like not affiliated. You like with CT1, but the rest of them we are like. And there's like smaller brands try to come in as well, and you probably know yourself. Like you'll get them yourself, and some brands you've got to maybe say no, because if you don't believe in the product that they're asking to advertise, if you like, kind of sell.
I've been approached by a couple of the same ones that you have, but early days, I started promoting people. It's all right. This says that we've got 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes left just on this Zoom. Anyway, I found myself that people would want to piggyback off your channel and use your socials. And even though my socials are nowhere near as high as yours, like your Instagram account's like over 100K, hasn't it?
Yeah.
My Instagram account's only got like nearly 30K. It's not even anywhere near. But the last year I haven't been posting anything really, because the sites I'm on, you can't post. You can't make proper full-length videos and stuff. I got stopped. So for the last year, I haven't grown my channel any. It's been hard to get any material together. But when I was growing my channel, I used to get people coming on. So I had the likes of Fitzbrick. They sent me free stuff out, post for the channel. So you think, oh, I've got some free stuff, I'll post for the channel. Jag Clamps sent me some stuff out. They want me to post for the channel. And then I got affiliated with Jag Clamp, whereas they were like, yeah, do you want to buy the stuff from us? And we can make, and you can do some sales, just post a video and stuff like that. We'll give me a cost. So I thought, oh, now I'll make some decent money there. Anyway, long story short, I bought so many units of these Jag Clamps, started making a decent profit with them. And then I wanted another order, and they'd sold, he told me they'd sold the rights for the UK to Speakrit. And they come in and basically said, we'll have some of that. I'm taking all of it. And then he was like, I can't sell you anymore because they're taking them from me. I was like, oh yeah, thanks for that. I've promoted it. Speakrit do not promote anything. They don't, there's no reach from Speakrit. Not really. Their social, they're dead. They're not like, you wouldn't, do you know what Speakrit is?
No.
There you go then. So that just says it all. But there's got 2 branches in the UK. That's it. But they went and snapped it all up. So I had a sour taste in my mouth about that. And then after then, when these other companies offered me stuff, I was like, you know what? I don't advertise for free. And when they offered me tools, oh, can you do this? We'll send you this for free. I was like, no, you're not sending me anything unless we have something in writing, or you want to send me a payment for doing your advertising, then because I am working, this is work. Like every other advertiser they get paid a lot of money. And I feel like the big companies are seeing easy targets for people like ourselves. And I think that people like ourselves at the beginning take these things because we think it's going to boost, I think it's going to boost my channel, or it's going to boost, like I'll get a lot more stuff, or I'll get something out of this. This is going to be a two-way thing. And in the end, for me, it seems like it's a one-way street. You get your stuff sent out, you promote it, promote it, hoping for maybe another load of stuff or something better. And then there's one winner in this thing. That's what I believe. So now, whenever I get approached, I just stop it straight dead and say, are you paying me? If you pay me, then I'll do it. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to disclose or not. I don't want to know how much anyone's paying you or anything, but are you getting paid by your sponsors, or are you receiving stock?
Yeah, you get paid.
So you're getting paid from your sponsors.
Because like you say, like it's a job. Like go back to one of your original questions, how did I get in the socials? It was for the free advertising. And it still is. Like your sponsors and your payments that you get for doing videos. It's not a massive income. So you still get a lot of, like, I had a 6-figure job came through the other day through someone who had seen me on YouTube. So that's still like the main reason I'm posting my work on there, to get more work. But the when I realized, like, the page just grew crazy, and then brands started coming to you, and then reading a little bit about it, I thought, like, you can make some money out of it, monetize the channel.
So have you monetized your Instagram channel? Because I didn't know you could monetize Instagram.
But no, like, you only monetize your Instagram channel by getting like brand deals, working with brands. So Instagram they never pay you.
Yeah.
But that's where I get the brand deals from, Instagram. You get paid off Facebook and TikTok, YouTube, like yourself, in ad revenue.
Yeah.
All comes from Instagram. But like I agree with you, it's work. Like if someone sends you I don't know, a jag clamp out, for example, can you do a video for this? You're going to take time out of your day to video it. So you're doing it on your break or something on the side. So you're losing your break, and it might take you 20 minutes to video it. It might take you 20 minutes to edit it, or however long. It might end up taking 3 or 4 hours. Like, and you're going to spend 3 or 4 hours of your time just to get a jag clamp or whatever the product is. It's not. You don't do it for the free product. Like, you need to be paid.
That was just one of the things I wanted to know, like whether you were getting fairly reimbursed for your time that you're using, that you know, because you've got a big channel there, it's over 100K. You've got far more reach than a lot of other people have. And I just wanted to see if you were getting reimbursed properly.
I think like what's a good idea, like for anyone who might be watching or listening, and maybe it's yourself if you haven't got one in, have a social media pack. So I had like just a template. It just write on there, like you know, your last quarter or something like that. How many people you've reached in total in the last quarter? How many people engaged with the post? Just write like every bit of statistic down that someone might want to see, like a brand might want to see. How many followers you've gotten? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that my YouTube channel is probably like something like 18 million views, something like
that. It's what they want to see, and if you just put it down, like I've got two sheets, just like an introduction, tell a little bit about me, how I want to advertise on the videos and stuff, and then I've got another sheet which is a rate sheet, and I just break down the prices on there. Like if you want a Facebook and Instagram reel up to 60 seconds, it's going to cost X amount. Or you can have like combined with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and then goes.
Is that something that you would be prepared to? Don't put the rates on, obviously, that what you wanted, but is that something you'd be prepared to share with other social media users?
Yeah, of course.
Because that'd help a lot of people to make sure they're getting something for the time, because there's a lot of people out there who don't do this.
Yeah, I think like it's good for people to know that, because you know, like if someone like Stabila comes to you or something, like you feel like for the first time, someone who's getting Stabila come to them, they're like, "Oh, Stabila's come to me. They want to give us some stuff. That's class. I'm going to do it." Which is great. Like maybe do a few for free, just so that you've got that video, and then you can share that video with I don't know, like Marshalltown might come to you next. He has a trial. Can you do this for it?
We've got about 30 seconds left on this video. Do you want me to send you another link?
Yeah, just drop it in another one. I'll tell you what, while you set that up, I'll just quickly nip outside.
Yeah, I know what you do. All right, sound.
I haven't knocked that on the head just yet.
How's that?
Either.
Yeah, all back.
There we are, back.
The trademark coat.
Aye, I'll say I'm going to leave it on, like, because I didn't know how to turn the heating on. I'm in my nana's house, and it's absolutely. I'm going to leave it on.
It's the trademark coat, though. Every time I see that coat, I know straight away who it is.
Aye, and do you know? I never thought I did. At first I thought like orange. Bricklayers always wear orange high vis, or in general, I've found they have. It stands out, so I thought I'm going to get this orange jacket, and it might help stand out more. And it has. Like I went to a customer's house the other day. I said I'm a bit disappointed, mine. I was expecting you to be in your orange jacket, like.
But isn't it funny the things that catch people's eyes,
Right.
and straight away as soon as I seen it, it's trademark coat. So just one little thing will make you stand out.
Right. Exactly. Tip of the day.
But yeah, well, you were on about stability, making a few cheap free videos and stuff like that, and then what you obviously get into these companies with your sheets that you've got for your price breakdown, or if
Yeah.
anyone comes to you now, you give them that price breakdown straight away.
Yeah. And that. So that's what I was sort of saying. So like, as soon as people come to you now, I would say like at first, if like you're first getting into working with other brands, maybe yes, you might do a few for free till the honeymoon period's over, if you like. But like you should realize that, if you're going to get a level off Stabila, for an example, what are they, 80 quid or something, 90 quid? Plus. But we're still, regardless, like, let's just say it's 100 quid, for an example. It's a big company, you want to make a good impression, video, you want it to reach a lot of people. So you're going to spend a lot of time making it a good video. You might spend, I don't know, an hour doing the recording, an hour doing the edits, and then even down to the daft things like making sure that it stays active once it's posted. Like YouTube works, a video can be brought back to life 10 years down the line, can't it? But as soon as the video is dead on Instagram and that, it's dead and it's gone. So to keep the to keep it active and going, you replying that things like replying to people's comments. Like it all takes time, and just say in total it might take you might spend 4 hours on that post, including talking to people and that. And say you charge 30 quid an hour, 3, 6, 9, 120 quid, and you're getting £100 level off them. So you, like effectively losing 20 quid by doing the video.
Well, I did inquire about somebody who I know does video editing. They do it for their job. They do it for different companies and they're freelance. So I inquired. I said, I'm going to have a lot of footage from sites and stuff. My time it takes a long time. Would you be interested in editing my footage and perhaps work out a deal where I'll give you a cut of what the videos make for life rather than giving you a cut of what one video makes now? She was like, well, no, I'd rather you pay me like £70 an hour up front and that's it. I was like, yeah, but when videos hit, like they can keep making money for a long time. So that you might only make £100 off that video. So whereas I might end up making £1,000 off that video. But they didn't see the upturn where it can, like YouTube can keep coming back, like you just said. I've one of my latest videos that was a long time ago. Has been my best viewed video this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad how it works.
It's because it's not so it's not, it is social media, isn't it? But it's not. It's Google. That's what it is. So when if you've got like house extension in the description, or your keywords and that, and someone's sitting there searching for a brickie to build them a house extension, you're going to come up on Google, or your YouTube video is going to come up on Google, and that you might post that video, like you just said, years ago, and that'll get it going again. Like,
what else I've seen on your channel, on your Instagram, is that you've got things on Amazon. You've got, I've recently been pointing my house, and the product that I got was the mortar gun, the one from Amazon, and I got that because I've seen it on your channel.
Which one's that?
The that goes on your cordless drill.
Yeah, right. Do you
So
know
how
that?
does that work with you? Sorry, how does that work with you? You've got the different little products. I don't know how many products you've got, but you've got a few, haven't you?
Yeah, you just put like that's called. There's two things on there. It's Amazon Associates and Amazon Influencers. So anyone can do it as well. You don't have to buy the product or anything. Obviously, I bought the thing to do the video. Um, but you set up the Amazon Associates and you get the link for it. And that link, I don't know if he names it, but whatever, that link's associated to you. And then if you share that link with someone clicks on it, then you get a percentage of the sale. It's something daft, like it is really hard to make money on.
0.00.1p
Aye, it's something. I think
per sale.
it was like 1.5 to 3% that you get for them kind of items.
That's not bad.
Not bad, like
That's not bad. Seeing as they're just clicking your link, you haven't had to
exactly.
stock anything. You haven't had to put anything anywhere. It's literally there's your link, there's your sale, commission.
Yeah, it is good, and like you'll get more percentage. Like the best percentage is 10%, and that's for tech items. So and it's a lot hot. It'll be a bit harder to sell them. Like, like if someone's saying, "Oh, what camera are you using for your POV footage?" And say, "Oh, it's a GoPro 10. It's in the Amazon thing." You get 10, so you make about 12 quid or something. If they're 120 quid, I can't remember how much they are. But it is good. Like I was just about to say a fortune, like, but I didn't. I made a good few hundred quid though,
Yeah,
just
yeah. Well,
off that video.
it sounds to me like you've been in business since you're 19. You've the same business. Has it been the same business since you were 19?
Yeah,
And you've branched out into your Instagram, and you've got your sponsors, and you've got your Amazon affiliates that you've got. What's it called? Sorry, Amazon
associates,
associates. So you got your
influencers.
little side streams of income coming from these. Um, really, I know the one that is the nice steady income is YouTube. When you get earning on YouTube, I don't
Yeah,
know how much your Facebook account is making, but the steady income on YouTube when you're constantly making videos can be really good.
yeah,
Especially like your longer stream videos, but they take more work,
yeah.
a lot
Take a
more
long.
work.
Like on average, like how long is it taking you for a 10-minute video? If you're
Me personally, it doesn't take that long because I stopped wasting time. So, when you watch a video, what do you like as a bricklayer or a builder? When you watch your videos, I don't particularly want to watch people laying bricks because I've seen everybody lay bricks. I'm not really interested in that kind of stuff. I'm interested in when they get the video on, the setups. Are they using anything different? Have they got any different tools? Have they got different clamps? Is there a different way they're using their clamps? Is there a different way they are setting something up? That's what I look for. I'm not too bothered about the actual laying the bricks. So when I just see people running in, I switch off because I'm like, I've seen this a million times, done it a million times. I'm not interested.
yeah,
But I want to see the setups and stuff like that. And I also, what I enjoy is when I'm watching a video, is when people are talking. So when they cut the clips that they've just added 20 minutes of music to, and they took them all that time to cut all the music up and to edit to go with all that kind of stuff. When they get back to the talking, it's just straight talking. Now, for me, you're only after edit it if you're a person who stumbles a bit and he's like, and you have to keep chopping it up because you've thought, oh God, what do I say? What am I saying here? What am I doing here? But the people who just like flow pretty much with the talking and they've got something relevant to say or a moan. I love moaning. If you've watched any of my videos, like a moan.
Everyone likes a good moan, man, don't they?
Oh well, with brickies, we all like moaning. It goes with
Aye.
part and parcel, isn't it?
Yes.
But as soon as I see the talking, that's the bit I'm interested in. I want to hear what they've got to say. If there's something new that if there's something new happening, or if they're sick of this or they're sick of that and they want to change this or that, you know what I mean? That's the bits that I get to. So when I do videos, hopefully when I can get back on doing proper videos, I literally record with my phone, get the little bit that I want, turn it around, say what I want to say, put the video off. Don't have it running for ages, just because people don't hold their attention anyway. 10-second clip is enough. Say what you got to say or turn it off. Don't have the camera running so long on your brickwork and whatever, because people zone out and don't want to see that. For me, that's what I think. So I chop it up really quick when I'm recording it, and then when I get back, I literally get all my clips, put them together just in a simple app in my phone rather than do it on my computer, because I used to do it on a Adobe Premiere Pro, and that was 20 odd quid a month, and it used to have to take ages to compile it all together. Now I literally do that, and it might take me the length of watching the clips plus maybe 10 minutes to tag it, to put all my tags in, put me what's it in, make the image for the front of your clip, and that's pretty much it. So for me, my time on video editing is right down, because I don't put music in no more. I don't put any of that, that kind of stuff, like watching through 20 minutes of laying bricks. So
Yeah.
I've chopped it all up and try to make videos that are no longer than 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So that's what I would say I mean, if you want to make YouTube a bit more easy, maybe cut out all the stuff that takes the time.
yeah. To make YouTube easy for me, I stopped doing it.
Oh yeah, or you could just stop doing it, but you can get a lot of
But I
reach.
stopped doing it. Like I still do. I do the shorts. Whatever goes on Instagram, that goes on the shorts. But like my long form, I've got hours and hours of stuff there that needs to go on. But it takes me an absolute. It takes hours. Like I think the last video I did took me 4 hours, 3 or
Yeah,
four
it's too
hours.
much. It's too much. I was doing the same at nights. It's just too much.
Like you'd be coming in and like waking up on the desk, like, and then you finish a video, you post it, and it totally flops. Like all of my videos, the flop like the shit. Well, I don't think the shit. I think they're
No,
all
I've
right.
watched your YouTube. Yeah, I've watched your YouTube videos, but it's a lot of people on the YouTube. It looks like they're doing well on YouTube when they've got a lot of subscribers. But what people don't realize is them subscribers have come from Reels, and people watch the Reels like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. They'll watch the Reels, but if you actually look at your videos and to keep people interested and engaged, like see how many views they're getting on the channel videos, but you need a couple to lift off to get people into it, I would say.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. It it's just it's slow going, and again for me it was the advertising. You can get short, fast advertising on your Instagrams and that. YouTube, if a customer's found you at Google, they'll go through your Instagram and they might want to do a little bit more due diligence on you, and they'll go and look at your 10-minute video. Like that's still my main purpose. Like I said, 6-figure job the other day through YouTube. So that's still the main purpose. Monetize the YouTube channel through getting new work. But like the money side of it, oh, are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah, still there.
Dropped off there, my screen went black. Like the making money from YouTube was crap for me. Like they just don't do very well. And I don't know if that's, or I don't know. Probably my videos are probably boring.
No, they're not boring to me because they're obviously that people who are watching your videos mainly are bricklayers, I would say. Mainly.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they always are on mine, they're mainly bricklayers. And but yours will be different because you do private jobs. So you'll have a lot of people who want, they'll be clicking onto your pages to see, oh, what's his work like? What's this like? Is he local to us? Can we get him in? Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I've had so many people when I was doing bits of private jobs with my brother that are like, oh, we'd like you to come and do this, we'd like you to come and do that. But I was like, no, that's my brother's channel. He's the one doing that stuff. That's not me. I'm just coming along and help him a little bit, get a bit of footage.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, like I'll quickly just try and wrap up what I was saying, and that was like the why I've taken a break, if you like, from doing long form on YouTube was like that video, the last one, it took 3 or 4 hours or whatever, and it just didn't reach anyone. And this is after, like, yes, I can get money in the business by creating new leads from them, but I also know now that I can monetize on posting stuff online, and it just totally flopped. And I was like, after doing all of the recording on the job and then spending that much time editing it, and the videos made like fucking 2 pence or something. Like I'm just gonna leave it now. And it changed, like, you know, revenue from YouTube was crap. And then at the time you were getting about £1 a thousand on TikTok. And I'm spending 3 or 4 hours on a YouTube video, or I can spend half an hour on a TikTok video, and I make about 100 quid or something like that off a few thousand views on TikTok. So I'll go and spend the time on that because YouTube's already done it. It's already doing its job by making or creating more leads. So I don't need to
Yeah.
spend time to try and make money from the ad revenue, if you like. But I do need to get back on there and finish it because the last job, I think I finished the videos at scaffold height. I got up the first lift scaffold, and that was, I think it was posted 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But if anyone's looking as as a customer and they're thinking first lift scaffold and he's not put the rest of the job on, what happened there? Like, but I have finished the job. I finished it last summer, but I need to get back on and just get them jobs posted so it doesn't look like you've been chased off the job or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Um, I watched your podcast with Trade Legends. I had a look at it and everything. And I've seen that you got a lad with you. You've had him for 6 months. Is it just you and him? It's Nathan, isn't it?
Right, big Nath. But funny enough, we April now, probably next week or something like that. I probably about this time next week. You've been here for a year now.
Ah, right.
You started in April last year when we've done them
Yeah,
jobs
yeah.
that have been finished on YouTube. But he's a great lad. Like,
Is it just so it's just you two?
just us two. That we were, or I was trying to bring more people on, and at the time that I was bringing more people on, I had another lad, and then I got Nathan. A couple of months after I started this new lad, and then there was the three of us. Nathan was like, he's a well, you watch the Trade Legends, you know that you got.
He took
You
over
got.
that. He took
He,
over that.
he absolutely. I mean, as well off outside of uni, like, and just fucking drove home because he absolutely stole the show, like. But I'm really glad that he did because it. I think what he was saying was probably valuable for a lot of people. So I don't care. Like what he said was great. So
there's a lot of lads who need to learn from what he like how he got treated in the early days and stuff, and like don't let that happen to you. Like not that on there. He let it go on for far too long, but he's got the crack, hasn't he? He's got the crack, and the
good.
lads in the studio are loving it, and they weren't. I heard the questions they were asking, and it was more like he just has the crack, has the crack, has the crack. So people just start laughing, and they're the people that he's the funny man.
Some stuff in there like that that put in. Like, well, there's probably a lot of stuff that didn't put in. But he was having a right go. Like he was like, and if you're fucking watching this, he was like right in the camera. He was like, if you're watching this, you fucking was he's full of good crack. Like, but he's a mint lad, and he's doing really well. Like, but the point when he rang asking for the job, he was just totally honest from the get go. Like he was like, you know, they took the piss out of us when I was an apprentice, and and I just want to learn. Like I've been away from it. I want to come back, and I want to learn and get better. And that's exactly what he's doing. Like you know yourself when you're teaching people how to do it, and they're not listening. It's really frustrating. Like I do get frustrated. I find it hard to not get frustrated. But what I do tell him, or the way that I show him how to do something, I can see that it's 100. Like he's 100% listening to what he's saying, and then he does put 100%. Like he tries to do exactly what you've said. And he was doing it when we're doing them extensions and that, and the little garden walls. He's doing it. He's doing really good. But we've been doing a lot of pointing lately. And yesterday, I just dropped them off. I'm trying to just
let him stand on his own 2 feet.
Yeah, I'm just giving him a bit, just like there's not even there's the tools. I'll just sit. It sounds like you're being a bit of a prick, but he knows that I'm not, because I've told him I'm just going to give you, like, you just go and do it. Go and do it. Like, get the tools from the van, go in, speak to the customer, like everything that comes with it. And yesterday I just sat in the van, I was doing my paperwork and all day. I had to go away and look at a job. I think it was about 7 o'clock or something last night. I was like, oh shit, I've never spoken to him. I went back to the job, spotless everywhere. He told the customer he was going, everything was locked up. Pulled the Hessian off the wall. So he's been pointing, line pointing. Pulled the Hessian off the wall, have a look. And I was like, fuck me, man. Absolutely class.
That's spot on.
Because he listens everything.
Well,
and
go on, son.
He's done me.
Well, I see. I'm in a position where I'm on site, but I've worked with other gangs and stuff, and so for the last couple of years, I've been trying not to work with other bricklayers, because when you work with other bricklayers, you give them obviously a decent. Like the old gang that was together was me and two other, a brickie and an improver. The only problem was I was giving 50%. We were splitting 50-50, me and the other brickie, because he's same skill level, good bricklayer, fast, neat, and the improver was on a wage. I am too much like Hitler. Like, I want everything neat. I want everyone turn in the same time. I want everyone leave the same time. I want us to have the same time on his brews. I want everyone work together. At the end of the night, I don't want one lad looking in the trees and the other one's picking bits of brick up. I'm like, you clean up, you get the boards in, I'll get this sorted. Or what I want the jobs to all be switched around and everybody do the same amount of work. Doesn't matter if he's laying more or he's doing, as long as everybody's working the same, and we're all cohesive. But I find that trying to work with other bricklayers, they're already set in their ways, and they don't want to go with it.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to make my gangs. I'm going to make my own gang from now. I had the labourer stayed with me. I had to let him go. He worked with me for 18 months, and maybe this is wrong or right, but the guy didn't, he no-showed me, like ghosted me. One day just didn't turn up, and he always turns up. And I rang him and I texted him, and I was seeing if he was okay. Because for me, I didn't know if he's had a crash on the way there, because I don't pick him up, and he has to drive an half-an-hour drive. So he ghosted me, and then I was like, the guy's got no respect. He can't, he's got no respect just to send a text back or to say I'm okay, or I'll speak to you tomorrow, can't talk right now, or anything, you know what I mean? Just acknowledges. It wouldn't have mattered what the reason was he was off, as long as there's just a bit of respect. When you've got to spend 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day together, or whatever it is, you want that mutual respect that, you know, it's not your life partner, but, you know, hopefully we're going to work together for a long time. So for me, I had to let him go. And my idea was to get him up onto the trowel. I was already had him all the spreading and stuff like that. Aussie. And I just couldn't, I couldn't see past that then. And my mind was already made up that night that I don't care if I'm working on my own tomorrow. He's got to go.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, and I really like the lad as well. But then now I've got another lad in, and he's come from footing gangs, being not, he wants to be on the trowel, but obviously still getting used as the labourer. It doesn't want, nobody wants to chuck you in any deeper. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't want the good labourers on the trowel. Like every brickie doesn't want their good labourer on the trowel, because you lose your labourer.
Yeah.
So now I've had him for the past 6 months, and he's a really good lad, punctual, turns up on time, he's there every day. He actually, the beginning of this year, he stopped drinking as well. He's a bit of a fitness freak anyway. He does bloody marathons and stuff like that, ultra marathons and all that lot. So it's not like he turns in work and he's fit. He's ready to go. The guy today turned in, and it was absolutely pissing down. And I was like, right, we've got some brick on edge done on top of a wall, covered it up. Went for sort out some blocks, and he was like, come on, let's get these block work done. I was like, it's absolutely tipping it down. He's like, let's just get something in. And he's pushing me. And I'm like,
that's what you want, mate.
Go get the mortar then. Go get the mortar sorted. Let's get some in. So I've had a new lad start today as well as. So these have both got experience, been in and around the trowel 5-6 years each, but never had the opportunity. This other lad was labouring in a bigger gang, and he got told from me off. They've been on the same site as us for the last God knows how long. And he's left them now because they've just carried on, not paying him anymore, labouring for 3 bricklayers and not giving him any trowel time, which they promised him. And he's done trowel time, you know what I mean? So excuse me, today is his first day, and hopefully I can keep building my gang, whereas I can show them the right way of doing things, because I've already done it wrong 1,000 times. So if they listen, that's the way I want everybody to be, in the same boat. Like, pull the spots out. If there's any spare blocks or anything, put them over. Don't go around. Do this, get into the habits of doing all this stuff. And that's the way I want to build my team now. I don't mind how many lads I get up to, but they've got to be the right lads. They can't be set in their ways. They've got to work the way I want things run, the right way. I say it's the right way. It's my way.
Yeah.
But everybody's got their own way, and that's how I want to build a team.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, 100%. Like, that's why I'd be so anal, if you like, with Nath. I'll ask him to do something better than I would. Like, I just say, like, you see that over there. Like, I want it to look better than that. Like, I know that it's asking too much, and I don't know. I know it's setting the bar too high, maybe, if you like. But it seems to work with him. just because he knows how you want things done. And if he can bring someone in like totally fresh, if you like, you're gonna be able to get that team, like you say, like you want, which is important, especially on the sites. Like as soon as your fucking boots hit the scaffold, like you want to be
Up and
making
running.
money.
Yeah, earning definitely straight away. Talking of money, when you price your jobs, do you already have a factored in cost that you put on your job straight away from the beginning? Do you do it like on a daily amount, or do you do it on a weekly amount, or do you do it on a job amount? Not profit, just the running cost, and put that in first before anything.
Say again, like.
So do you know what your operating costs are?
Like the business costs and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
So
just yeah.
yeah. So our jobs, an extensions and stuff. That's probably as big as they get at the minute. So you know that's only going to be like a couple of months maximum. So we just break it down to say whatever your yearly cost is, how much that is every day. And then like your week's going to cost you £100 a week or whatever
Oh yeah,
to run
like
your business.
I know just my operating costs as a brickie with a gang. My operating costs every week are about 130 quid.
Yeah,
But that's because I don't necessarily need the extra insurances and stuff like that and whatever. And I've not got the lads who work for me on my payroll. I still let them do the CIS through the subby that we use. And do you know what I mean? So I'm not paying people's taxes and stuff like that. But
yeah,
it's still like 130 quid just for me with two other lads.
yeah. Like that. So already that goes in. Sometimes I'll not put it in. It just depends on what the job is and who it's for, and
Yeah.
of course how they're paying for it. Um, just try and not be too expensive.
Well, I know there's
Um,
200 bricks at the beginning of a week that are already accounted for.
yeah, yeah. Is that what it? So what's that? Like five
It's six,
fifty,
I'm getting 630 a thousand.
630.
630 a thousand and 16 on the blocks. Plus extras we get. So we get everything else as an extra, like a meter box and a lentils, 8 quid, or you know what I mean, bits of damp tray, 50p a meter, stuff like that. It really helps a lot when what I would recommend for lads, if you can get on a company where you get your extras in, it's well worth doing it that way. And when you get lift prices and you go in with companies with lift prices, if you don't go and work that plot out first, you believe me, them plots are going to be shy.
100%. Hey, when we went on the site, um, I would whinge all of the time. Like it would just standard Bricky, isn't it? Just whinge all of the time. But we worked out the garage, just a single garage, because we were getting stuck with them all of the time. It was just like, oh, there's a garage down there while you're waiting for this new plot. Go and do this garage down there. And we'd be like, work them out, and I think it was about 300 quid, or they were quite shy. Like, you were putting, I don't know if it was you were putting the peaks in, the lintel across the lintel, wall plates, and the pillars on the inside. You're doing it all for now.
Exactly.
And we even worked out on the house, and it was the same on the house as well. Like, and I went and told him, I said, you need like go and tell someone about this because it's wrong.
They are
He's like,
getting
oh,
paid for it as well. They are getting paid for them. They get all their extras in. When the subby goes to the main contractor, they are getting that in. Even if they tell you they're not, they're getting that in if their commercial guy's any good anyway.
yeah, yeah. I did find out though. It was They always fucked me over. But because you knew that they would fuck you over, you would fuck them over. And it was, I forget what it was, but it was on the price sheet. The trench blocks. What was it? No, it was that long ago. The trench blocks that were on the price sheet were doing something because we were using the 620s,
Yeah.
boys, and we ended up. It was something like you what £3 a block or something. We're making a fortune off their mistake on the paperwork.
Yeah. Well, I had a subby that had written down on his lift prices underside joist. So we were coming up. What was it? We were coming up to do the lifts, and they hadn't taken whatever it was. They hadn't taken. What I don't know how it worked. How did it work? I ended up getting an extra £1,000 for these lifts because I was like, hold on, your yeah, well, that's what it was. Like your lift price says to underside a lift, underside of joist. These haven't done all this to underside of joist. So I want the second lift and I want all of this money on top that you've already paid out to these other gangs that they haven't took it to the lift price. They've took it to wherever they've wanted to leave it off. And then I'm coming in and you think I'm going to do a second lift on the price that's showed on there when there's all this work to do underneath. So the lift prices, and what I will say is they get a lot of brickies where you'll start the job and they keep all the peaks top heavy on the price, on the lift prices. How many sites do you know that the brickies will start the first lifts on houses and think, oh, this is great. And they'll do the seconds and thirds, and maybe they're going to get moved to another job and they never go back and take that money out the top, but they've already took it out of all your other lifts.
Yeah.
So you've done your first lift and you've been like you're hundreds of pounds down on that anyway because they're taking it up, and leaving it out of there, and you never go get it. And then somebody will come over, do the lift on count in the peak, and the subby company keep all that extra dough that's been kept.
We worked that out as well, like because that's how we got paid on the lift price. You first lift 12 course or something, 12, 24, and whatever. But worked out like your first lift, your 21 course from your dump, you were getting, I think, what was the price was £500 a thousand, I think. And I think it worked out, the total amount of bricks in that lift to whatever the price was. It was about £300 a thousand.
It's mad.
If you were getting a count, paid on account on it, because all the money was in the peaks. But we always finished the plots. Like when I did leave the site. So where
You're saying that all the money was in the peaks.
right, and when we left, or when I left the site, I think I left because they would give you a stupid amount of plots. Like I don't know what's normal and what's not normal to give a squad of bricklayers, but sometimes we'd have like 5 or 6 houses on.
It all depends on how they want to run the jobs, doesn't it? So it depends on the managers.
But I left about 3 peaks. I left, and you would get the topping out bonus. You get your peak money, whatever that lift was.
You know that topping out bonus.
Topping out bonus.
That's already that topping out bonus has already taken out your measure for the plot. It's not extra. That's taking in account out your plot. The topping out bonus is what you get if you finish your plot out the measure. It's not on top, believe me.
Do you know what it did? They changed it. So you saying that there, it's already taken out the plot. They changed it from a topping out bonus, which you would get regardless if it was a good job or a shit job, to a quality bonus. That's what they changed it to.
because they were keeping retention on you there to sort out snags.
Aye. So if they didn't think your quality was good, they could keep it off you. And
These are all little tactics that companies do, because obviously, you know, when a house is finished and you're moving on to your next plots, if they get back to have to go and snag your work, they need these clever little ways of wording things of keeping your money, so as they haven't got pull out of their pocket to. But can you try get gangs back, like when before scaffolds have left, before scaffolds are down, and try get gangs back to do these snagging bits. So they're taking it out your money. It's already coming out your money. I worked for a subby where you used to get an RI bonus.
Yeah, what bonus?
RI bonus, reportable items. So when you get your inspection, if there's any RIs, you wouldn't get your £50 bonus.
Right.
Which is absolutely criminal, because you've already spent your time trying to get it ready for the inspection, cleaning your cavities and trays and all that lot. So it's cost you hours anyway to get it ready, and then they knock you another 50 quid off for doing it. And they also used to give you, a lot of companies do give you an internal patch bonus, an external patch bonus, £100 internal, £100 external. That's all taken off your measure as well. Yeah. If you don't do it, it's straight out to your measure for a couple of pinholes. Yeah. Or whatever, just to, you know what I mean? The things that these companies do, like the bricklayers, people think bricklayers make a lot of money, or you can make a lot of money, but there's a lot of things that you're up against to try and make your money all the time.
Yeah. If you're not like you were saying earlier on, like super organized, everyone's working and singing. If you're not like that on a site, it's difficult to make the money. Like,
and if you're not switched on about what can be charged for and what can't be charged for, like there's so many people who get roped into doing things that they shouldn't be doing, or you should be charging for, or you know, in my mind, I know everything I should be charging for. I know everything that should be charged for, and sometimes I let things slide just to keep on side and keep the right side of people, just to keep your name good on the site, because I've been kicked off sites for kicking up all hell with health and safety issues and all sorts of stuff, and not getting the right money and all that. And I've found, like, over the years, that the more I keep my mouth shut and keep people happy, the better things usually go for me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. It does, like, and you're right. Like we had it all right. You know, we're getting given good plots, and we get looked after, and then people started paying a forklift driver, paying them to do them, prioritize them. So we started to kick up a fuss. It was like, this, he's giving a fucking forklift driver £100 a week, and we're getting our stuff last. Like, he's getting paid fucking £15 an hour. Do something about it, like.
And what happened?
We started getting angry. Michael, the hod carrier that we had for her, he's a fucking animal. Like, he's an absolute animal. And he went upstairs. He's like the site manager. I was like, "Get outside! I want to fuck you. I just want to fuck you up." Like, and they couldn't get rid of her though, because we've done a good job, and we've done a lot of work for them. But they kept her because of that reason, but kept giving her a load of shit. Like, it was just shit after that, because we had opened our mouth, like.
Yeah.
And then
for the last year, on the site I've been on, there's a driver, not going to mention his name, but he's gone to a different site temporarily. I don't know how long he's going to be there, but he knows who he is. If he watches this, or someone will tell him about it, he knows who he is. And the guy gets into everybody for money. Everybody. When I was the only brickie on the job, it didn't really matter too much, because I wasn't paying him. He asked. I've never boxed off a forks driver. Every brickie must think I'm mad not for doing it. But I've got principles, and you're not taking money out my wallet for doing your job. You're not piggybacking off my. You're not backing off my skill and my hard work and my time I've put through shit wages. You know, 15. 10, 15 years of crap money to be able to earn the decent coin now, and you're going to dip your hand in my wallet to take food off my kid's table because you're in control of a forks. That really pisses me off. And the other lads, he doesn't realize the amount of other lads that are pissed off with what he does, like joiners, plasterers. There's lads who box him off, but that ain't me. That ain't ever gonna happen. I'll give somebody a drink if I want to give him a drink, but me to pay a forky so he gets my stuff before everybody else, I aren't doing it.
It's I think that it's wrong. Like, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, we did end up paying them as well. We were given a fault
because you get stuck in the same boat. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does. But then when you're paying him, they are paying him, they are paying him, they're paying him. Who's actually getting the benefits?
Yeah. I think when we decided we weren't going to pay him anymore, because we were paying him, and then you would just see at the end of the week, you'd see like him over there giving him a bit, him over there, you go in the bake cabin, he was getting some money off him. I was like, if all these people are paying him, and they're all paying him 50, 100 quid a week, he's making more money off the lads laying the bricks than he is from his job.
100%. Busy, big sites, definitely.
That's all the squads that's on the site paying him. No one's getting prioritised because they're all paying him. It's totally wrong. And do you know, like, part of the reason we stopped paying him as well, after realising that, was in summertime, where any fucking bricklayer makes the money, isn't it? You would see in the sheet, he's like, oh, fucking, they would go up into the site office, you would watch you walking up to book in. You say, oh, you have booked in $6,000 this week, you have made enough money. I'm not getting anything. We stand at the top of the peak. Michael's shouting down, can we have some more muck? Pack the bricks up. No, he's made enough money this week. I was like, and I knew that would made good money because I was quite happy. Like, it was a lot of money. I was like, he's been up there and looked at that. And Michael's face, like, it turned as red as the fucking background on your screen. And he went down, like, he's screaming at him, like. They just seemed jealous for some reason, like, and what? Because you might make $6,000 that week, you might make $6,000 the next week, 3 the week after, you might make fucking 10. But in winter time, you said at the start of this podcast, you know, it's pissed down all day. Where I am anyway, in Newcastle, it's been pissing down.
Yeah, as here.
You've made nothing at all. You made no money today. You made no money yesterday. It was raining. Winter time, it's too cold. Fucking freezing. Weeks you're lucky to book in fucking 500 quid.
Well, if you looked at my wages last month, you'd think, oh, Bricky's earning good money. If you looked at my wages this month, you'd be like, is he a folk driver?
Aye. Exactly.
Without the handouts.
I don't know why they can't see that as well. Like, because if they're going up there in the office having a look at what you're booking in, surely they're going up there in the winter and seeing you booking in now.
I don't look in that way, but so.
But I just think it's petty. It's a petty game, like
they do count out, like the forkies do count how much stuff you're having as well, so they know what you're earning every day. They count. They ask you the prices. I know. They'll say what your prices on here, and they look at how many bricks they're bringing you every day, and that's why they start wanting that backhander, because they're like, he's had 4 tubs, he's laid 1,600 brick. And work it out, and like, he's done over $1,000 today, their gang. We want some of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it gets on my nerves. There's no way. Oh my god! I've offered to give Forky money just to piss him off. Like, there's a couple of Forkies. I've offered the other one money just to say, "Fuck you," basically. Yeah. But he was like, "No, I don't want anything." Straight up.
Yeah.
Which is the guys who you respect him. He does his job, just wants to help you out, just wants to get your stuff for you. And the other guy's giving him grief, saying he's a crap driver, but he's a good driver.
Aye. It's not the tarnish all forklift drivers, like, because like you say, they are good drivers out there who just get on with it, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I've met a load of good lads, but there's them bad eggs there on the sites. They're running they think they're running the job, but they're just squeezing everybody for cash everywhere. But as we know, any corporation or any businesses or anything, there's always them blokes who are getting the backhanders in from everywhere. The site managers who are getting their houses built and extensions built by everybody else. And, you know I worked for a bloke who used to have to chuck a site manager £1,000 on an envelope just to even try and get on his job all the time. Yeah, as a subby, used to always have to chuck a bag of sand in every time to every manager to try and get on.
Yeah. Okay.
Just that's without anything. That's without like doing them jobs, building walls at their houses and stuff like that, getting stuff done for them. God, the amount of, because I used to run jobs, the amount of times I've seen a job that he's got to send brickies to, or got get people there to build out for managers is unbelievable. It goes on all over the place.
There's a lot of dodgy stuff, like, isn't there?
And the anti-bribery clauses that go in contracts and stuff, they ain't nothing.
Aye. It's as part of the reason why I left. Like I wanted to go because I hadn't built a house. We just done extensions and that. So I got what I wanted to get from it, and then all that I was getting was just fucking depressed. Like I was just depressed at the end of it. You know, like forklift drivers, ground workers wouldn't do this for you. They'd leave the plots in a mess. They wouldn't stone up for you. They knew that you were going on there. They wouldn't stone up.
Get this now. I am
apprentices. He's not an apprentice anymore. He's not fucking doing you cleaning out the plots. Like, we'll clean the plot out when it's a rainy day. It's not getting inspected for anything anytime soon. So why do you want to clean out now? You're just being awkward by getting the person who's not even an apprentice anymore to go and clean it out. And it's going to cost them money. And in the end, I was just like, it got us really depressed. I stayed off for about 2 or 3 months, and then I spoke to Kev, the bricklayer I was working with, and he's just like, "Wait, what's the point?" Like, and he left not long after.
It is hard work. It is hard work. But I do tell my lads, I say, nobody can come and ask you to do anything. They have to come to me and ask me, and I'll go and tell you that you can do it. But don't ever, if anyone asks you on the site to come and do something, don't go and do it. Just say, go and ask Ian. And then I'll delegate who's doing what and when we're doing it and if it should be done now. But don't ever listen to anybody about collaring you and go, oh yeah, he's asked me to do it, because they always do.
Yeah, of course they do one.
But the new side of, I mean, I'm on the side of a site now. I'm working for Bovis, and the site manager, I said it the other night on me podcast. The guy is after Pride in the Job award, and you know what? I love him, because I walk to my job and it's tarmacked, it's clean, the stone is perfect. There's no mortar on the stone, but he wants it leaving like that. So when you've done your day's graft, he wants all that, any mortar that's down on the stone, he wants that in the skip. Like, yeah, I respect it, because he set it out the way it wants to be, and I'll keep it like that. Whereas a lot of the other lads are like, oh God, it's too much. You shouldn't have to do this, shouldn't have to do that. Well, he's give you a pristine plot there, all set out. He's left 4v1 on the plot for your cavities. Is that, you know what I mean? It's all there, perfect. I think, you know, a lot of people need to show that respect and
should, like, look after them back, isn't it? It's
yeah. Now he's got his jointing cavities and all sorts, and the rest of it. It takes a little bit extra time, but you know what? He's making sure everything's right for us. I'll make sure that the stuff's right for him as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I often get ripped for jointing the cavities, like, and I've always like kept them clean anyway, like. But isn't it not a standard thing now? Like, are all sites not jointed? I generally don't know. Like,
It depends who your manager is.
yeah,
Literally depends on your managers. It depends. You know yourself. Bricklayers will do what they can get away with.
yeah,
Ground workers will do what they can get away with. Everyone will do what they can get away with. If you don't have to go and tidy that little bit up and leave it, someone else is going to clean it. You tell me that you've seen a pile of crap that's over there and it gets bigger.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's just the culture, isn't it? Someone else's job, someone else's job, someone else's job. But if you get pulled for it straight away, like, whoa, what are you doing? We're not having that. Then that sets the standard. And going forward, it's like telling a kid, it's like letting a kid dip their hands in the sweets, keep dipping their hands in the sweets, and you never tell them not to do it. They're just going to keep doing it, even though you know you shouldn't be doing it.
yeah.
So I think it comes from the top. Everything comes from the top, and they can't be expecting to tell you to do this and this and this if they don't set the standard out themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's we've been on here a while now, and I could probably go on for a long time more talking about work, but hopefully I'll get you back on the podcast again,
Yeah.
and we can talk about some other stuff. But before you go, we started off with the sobriety thing, and it was just nice for something like a bit of a thing in my head to see something like that. All the guests who I have on, I'd like you just to give one piece of advice to other people. Don't have to be related to that, but one piece of advice that you've had from somebody else that's always stuck with you, and for you to share with somebody else now, with everyone who's listening. A good piece of advice that will come to you straight away.
Always do more than I say. That didn't come out right, did it? Or always do more than what's expected. You'll always get more in return. I listen to a lot of, or I had spent a lot of time listening to self-development. I still do. I heard that from a guy called Jim Rohn, and that's like the best piece of advice I've had. Always do more than you're paid to do, and eventually you're going to get more in return. And it does, and that's how I run my jobs. Like, or always leave something in a better condition than it was when you arrived. And that's not just in work, like in everything. Like, I know I don't know an example off the top of my head, but
no, it's good advice.
Helped me. Like, always leave something in better condition, and always give more value to somebody than you've been given at the time. And by like the line pointing job, for instance, with Nathan, he's been on there. Like whatever the price was that I've priced for, there is stuff. You know yourself, like you pick up on you pick up on something that you didn't see when you were pricing it, and you just do it anyway. And there's pieces down on the floor, and just leave it better than it was.
You could leave a few slabs that were already there that like round a little bit, but you'll just pull them up and put them back round nice and level or whatever, even though you haven't priced for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just add more value, just add the maximum value, and eventually it'll work for you. And it works for me. Like, and that's probably
make yourself more valuable to everybody else. That's a good piece of advice. I like it.
Become more valuable to the marketplace. That's a good piece of advice I heard from Jim Moore as well.
Yeah, well,
hey, there's three pieces.
three pieces of advice for the price of one. Right, that's it.
Yeah, I get carried all of that.
Right, cheers, Craig. Do you want to plug your stuff anyway? Plug your socials.
Craig Todd Brickwork on everything.
Right. Well, I'll tell
Instagram.
you what I'll do. On the platforms I put it on, I will leave a link in the description for your channels.
Yeah, fantastic.
Cheers, mate.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Ian. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, mate. Bye.
Ciao.